Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lincoln Journal-Star's Four Downs. Luke Mullin and Amie just coming at you after a few weeks. We were just here for signing day, but today finally getting the chance to meet two of the first members of Matt Rhule's Nebraska staff, offensive coordinator Marcus Satterfield, defensive coordinator Tony White. Of course, we'll look forward to meeting the other members of the staff as soon as possible, but good chance to talk with them a little bit, learn more about their coaching philosophies. And I think the big takeaway from Satterfield coming out there, they're going to use the fullback. How about that?
Make fullbacks great again. It's Nebraska's going to transition into a run-heavy but still pro-style offense where they're going to use a huddle. Satterfield went on a long diatribe today as to why he's a big proponent of using the huddle. He said that, there's so many leadership moments that happen in a huddle. You can just touch base with each other, be on the same page. You're not constantly looking over to the sidelines for all of the signs, signals, and then you can talk about those things and you can slow things down a little bit. So that's what he wants to bring, and it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, and certainly fits in stylistically with much of the Big Ten. So not a huge departure from a lot of the opponents Nebraska will be facing, a return to, some of the offensive systems that they've used in the past. But if you look at the staff, it's young, and so much so that Satterfield, in his 40s, he's kind of the old hand out there, joking about that a little bit today. But, from both him and Tony White, talking about some of the other coaches they have on staff, they're all, we've heard this, of course, that they're young and they're energetic. Matt Rhule said that. But, when you're talking about the leader of the offense and the leader of the defense, you really have to have those assistant coaches, on the same page, going after the same kind of athletes in recruiting, and all, wanting that same kind of coaching philosophy. And it's pretty clear, talking with them today and hearing, some of those early returns, those things have been happening. And I really enjoyed Tony White saying that Evan Cooper, he's got so much energy, he's like a walking Red Bull ad. I mean, I'm used to throwing back the Red Bulls, but I'm no walking advertisement over here, that's for sure. But anyway, on the offensive side of the ball, too, as we were saying, the pro-style offense, fullback is coming back, but a big part of this offense, Matt Rhule alluded to it, and Satterfield confirmed it today, mobile running quarterback.
Yeah, regardless of who they have, going to be the backup this fall. We've got a long time before we get into that. But regardless of who it is, they have to be mobile. They have to run. Marcus Satterfield said today that you have to be mobile. It is essential. So look for that as we continue to see who rises to the top in terms of the quarterback depth chart.
Yeah, and as Satterfield said, it just gives your offense such another dimension when you have that adding to it. So all of those things in the equation. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we've heard, Tony White bring his 3-3-5 defensive scheme, or as he pointed out today, mostly personnel, which I think it was really good, to hear from a coach who's been running that personnel grouping. You asked him, where did it come from? Others are saying, how are you going to use that? And of course, the multiplicity is going to be a big thing, as he was saying. 3-3-5 just lets you get out there, have those linebackers, the secondary, the D-line group. You can move them around, and very similar, in essence to what Nebraska did a lot of the time this year. 4-2-5, whatever it may have been. So not necessarily a huge departure there on the defensive side of things, but Tony White, he's been crafting that 3-3-5 for a while, and
he's been a part of it. I asked him, where it comes from, why do you like it? And he said that's the system I've been in since I've played football. And when you're so familiar with something, when you've been using it for 30 plus years, whether he was in it or he's been coaching in it, it makes you comfortable. The question is, how easy is it to learn for the players who don't know it? And we'll find out.
For sure. And as both coordinators said, just kind of getting a grips on the roster right now, watching some film. They'll get the chance to see these players more in depth, of course, in the coming weeks. Some recruiting still going on, coaching staff, busy times still here in the off season, but things finally wrapping up. Of course, like I said, hearing from the coordinators, staff to be finalized soon, and we'll be here for all the updates. Stay tuned at journalstar.com. Anyway, appreciate all of you tuning in today's Four Downs. For Amie Just, I've been Luke Mullin. Thank you.